Danish, that is Dombivli. Oh, no, no, no. That is better insult of Dombivli. We call it as Republic of Dombivli. Okay. So let's begin, friends. Yesterday, the last batch I took was Delhi. Delhi, Nepal, UP, Bihar. How's the climate there? It's amazing. It's sunny out there. The field is clear. And I think players will do a good performance today. Arey, hey Bhagwan, are you going to teach all 6 chapters? There are only 4 chapters. Okay. So now, first of all, friends, the name of the subject that you are going to learn at CA Inter Group 2, Paper 8, Part B, along with Financial Management FM, 60 marks FM, 40 marks, is economics. The name of the subject here that we are having, it is called as economics for finance. Am I right? Economics for finance. No animals in the field? No. When the king arrives, all other animals leave. All right. So do not worry about that. Nice handwriting. Thank you, Sanskar. I'll try to maintain it so that you understand. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank God I did not become doctor. Should we write notes with you? No, no. You have to write. Maintain one notebook. You have one notebook for economics. Yeah. I'll not dictate any notes. Don't worry about that. Okay. I don't believe in dictatorship. So I won't be dictating anything. However, whatever I am teaching here, if you can note down that part, it will be just amazing. Okay. And don't show laziness, sir. We will take screenshot. No. See, when you take screenshot, the only problem I will tell you, my photo becomes very weird in that screenshot. That's why I don't ask you to take it. Just imagine, no, if I am doing something like this and you have that screenshot, what would you think later on after 3 months? What is this guy doing? So I don't want any kind of confusion in the future. So as far as possible, please copy it down. You know? All right. So let's begin. Keep commenting, guys. I am loving it. You know, the way you are responding, I'm really amazed. Very nice. Now, economics or finance, you are already aware. How many chapters do we have? Not 6. 4. Okay, 4. Which are the 4 chapters that we are going to understand? Let's talk about that. First one is national income. Second one is public finance. National income, you know already because it is already covered. Second one is our public finance, which you don't know because it has not been taught. Money market, that is chapter number 3. You know ittu because it has been started. Then we have chapter number 4, a very interesting topic, international trade. Now, friends, before we start with the subject, let me just introduce myself also. My name is Professor Chirag Chothani. See, now you were talking about my handwriting. And when it comes to writing own name, okay. No, I'll try to maintain that handwriting level. First impression, you know. So, professor, come on. Professor, nahi, friend. Yeah. Okay. So, professor, it's okay. No, Guru Puru, it's okay. I'm just Chirag. You can tell me Chirag. You can tell me Chirag, sir, whatever you want to. Yes, Janvi, I will cover the entire portion. So now, economics for finance, it is made up of 4 different chapters. Now, as a chartered accountant student, why do you need to know these 4 chapters? First of all, let's get the idea. You know, I am basically from a school where I was completely traumatized by my teachers. Why? Because they never said why they are teaching whatever they are teaching. So I don't want to follow the same thing, want to be in the same league, not interested at all. So first of all, students, please ask where it is going to be used. Whatever knowledge we are accumulating today, how it is going to be beneficial to you for, like 10 years down the line. That we need to understand. Because many a times it happens, so people say that, education system of India is outdated. Our education system should be at par with the other countries of the world or developed countries of the world. I agree to that partially. I'm not saying no. But one thing which we need to make it very clear, friends, whatever you are being taught today, in the future, it will be outdated. Because whatever is latest today will become outdated in the future. So we need to understand whatever we are understanding, how to use that in order to get the gains for our entire life. So economics is also like that only. See, what is economics? It is very simple. You have been studying this right from your school days, right? It is a way of living. How people live life is economics. We have created an ecosystem. Okay. See, this is not how the world was gifted to us. God, Allah, Bhagwan, whatever you call, this Almighty gifted us a natural world. In this natural world, we have created our own small world, which we call it as an economic world. How things operate in that, when we learn that, it is called as economics. And as a chartered accountant, it is very important for us to understand economics. I will tell you the reason also. See how the blood flows in the country. Is it important? Sorry, not the blood flows in the country. Sorry, apologies. How the blood flows in the human body. Is it important for the doctor to know that? Is it important for doctor to know how the blood transfusion is taking place? Yes, it is, right? For the basic BHMS doctor, also it is important, right? Basic qualification of medical surgery. Okay. So similarly, how doctors need to know how blood is transmitted, how, organs work. You as a chartered accountant need to know how the companies work, how the government operates, how the nation works. Instead of blood flow, you need to understand money flow. See, if you know that money is flowing from here to here, this is how it is flowing. So that is where you can fill your bank account. If you don't know that, then you become an employee of someone who already knows. I don't want you to be just an employee of any other organization. Come on, be a visionary. Be an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur. Don't be just a mere employee. Then it's a waste of qualification that we get, So right from day one, our thought process should be very clear how we are going to utilize this knowledge in our course, in our syllabus, and in our life also, so that as a chartered accountant, we are going to get the maximum benefit out of it. So national income is important for you to know. Of course, it is important, because based on national income, many of our business decisions will be taken. Right? Because of national income, we understand what is the purchasing capacity, what is the per capita income of our nation, and similarly, that is how we need to launch our products in the market. Today, Kia has already entered into India. MG has already entered into India. Hyundai, Honda, Toyota, Tata, Maruti, Suzuki are so, old companies in our country. Ford, Fiat, Nissan. I think I must have forgotten some, but recently Mercedes and BMW has also entered into Indian markets. And Tesla is also planning to come. Why? Because they know that India's national income is growing. India is soon going to become a developed economy in the world. If they, the foreigners, can take the advantage of this understanding, you and me, Indians, why can't we take the advantage of the same? Are you understanding? See, Tesla is coming into India and we get very excited. Wow, Tesla is coming. Yeah, we should get excited, but not because we want to work under them. We want to know how they operate, so that tomorrow when we create our brand, we are also as famous as Tesla. See, just by praising Elon Musk, you don't become Elon Musk, okay? I don't want you to become Elon Musk. I want you to become you. Correct, no? We all are sailing in the same boat. Let's accept the fact. But one person who makes the mark, every person in the world looks up to that person. And once the person is rich and famous, I am sure you will agree to this, even that person speaks nonsense, everyone would say, wow, wow, lovely, wow. You also know that, come on. Do you agree to this? Yes, no? Now that Elon Musk, tweets something about Bitcoin and Bitcoin starts dancing. Is this how currency is to be there? Is this how the currency mechanism should work? No, right? So how the currency mechanism should work, we are going to understand in chapter number 3. That is money market. Why money? What makes people, go crazy for money? Why all the boys and girls in the country are so crazy about Mahatma Gandhi's right profile picture? Especially the pink color cute note, 2000 rupees note. Why we are so excited? Arey wow, Drishti, very nice. So, we need to understand that in money market. Public finance, how does the government operate? So, every layman right now, you will see, they will keep on criticizing the government. Okay. They will criticize, they will keep criticizing the government. Government is not doing anything. What is government doing? Government is completely rubbish. See, you as a chartered accountant, Prime Minister says your signature is more important than his signature. This is what Prime Minister Modi has said, right? And that is true also. Correct, no? When he was addressing to all the students of ICI, he was saying the same thing, and that is the reality. Because today people can comment on the signature of Prime Minister that we don't trust you, but they cannot comment on the signature of a chartered accountant. Because once you have signed, it is done, end of story. So my dear friends, how government operates. We are not the people who are going to play blame game, be it any government. We will try to find out the solution. So how government earns money, how government spends money, how government takes money from one source to another source, from other country to our country, from our country to another country. All these things we are going to understand in chapter number 2, that is public finance. And last one, my dear friends, if you have ever thought about starting your own venture or startup in life, how do we get funding? Where do we get funding from? How the startup ecosystem operates? What is FDI, foreign direct investment? How to bring that into our country? What is foreign portfolio investment? How they come to our country? What are the various types of rules and regulations? Why $1 is equal to 75 rupees? Why not 1 rupee is equal to $75? All these questions will be answered in chapter number 4, that is international trade. So that's an overview of this entire subject, So every day when you come for the lecture, you have to be excited, like what new we are going to understand. That is my aim. That is why I'm saying all these things right now on the first day itself. Because you should not be coming like this, okay, what is the time? 10 o'clock I have lecture. So 9:55 you log in, huh? Come on, start, Chirag. Yes. Then whatever notes I give, and then you copy it down, and then you try to learn that. This is not how the system should work. We should be excited about learning new things. Yeah, Kushal, I agree. Someone 9:59 also. So that's the thing which we are going to create. And by looking at you and by interacting with you for the initial 10-15 minutes, I think I spoke to you guys. It is just amazing, and the journey is going to be phenomenal. I'll try to keep the lecture as practice oriented as possible. Like it's not about numericals, but it is about the world. I will try to link everything with the real market scenario, how the world is operating and how we are going to deal with that. Okay, so I am going to continue from chapter number 3, part B. Okay, because concept of demand for money or money demand is already done. However, do not worry at all. If there are any confusion, doubts, or anything that you are facing difficulty in, I will definitely help you with that. Okay, but right now we will continue, and later on I would ask you to revise something in the previous topics in the previous chapters, and maybe 10-15 minutes towards the end we can discuss that part also. And I will brush up all the concepts. Sounds okay to all of you? Sure, right? Comfortable with the mechanism that we are going to follow? Okay, perfect. And there is one more thing which I want you to do. Gayatri, don't worry, I will do that. Gayatri is asking me to revise the part 1, that is unit 1 also. But understand, unit number 1 is very vast. I will do that, that's a promise. But not now, because understanding of unit 1 is not required for understanding unit 2. Okay, these are two different things. Okay, yeah, so Sumaya, don't worry. Okay, yeah, Fatima, don't worry. Okay, yeah. Someshwar, I will definitely brush up all the concepts of chapter number 1 as well. Don't worry, I will revise that. Okay, and or else what I will do, better. I'm going to record one video also for all of you, having all the practical questions. Okay, because you must have seen the past papers, around 10 to 15 marks practical questions only come. So I don't want you to miss out on that one. So all the practical questions, I will make one video. Sounds okay? Of all the chapters, okay? Not only for chapter number 1. Sounds okay to all of you? So I will, but you will have to give me time for that because I'm so packed up in lectures. So I'll take at least 2 weeks, but I promise by next weekend, till that our syllabus will not be completed. So don't worry, I will be in continuous touch with you. By next weekend, I think I should be able to complete that part and I will give it to you. Okay. So don't worry about chapter number 1. Now let's focus on chapter number 2, 3, and 4. Taking chapter number 3 first, of course, because that is midway. So I'll have to take that. So let's begin, friends. Chapter number 3, money market. Give the heading in your notebook. It is unit number 2. That is money supply or concept of money supply. Please write down. Unit number 2. Concept of money supply. Now the strategy that I follow, my friends, is what Britishers have taught us. It is divide and rule. Okay, so what is divide and rule in this? ICA has divided the chapters into small units. We will divide the units into concepts. And one by one, all the concepts we are going to conquer. Not understand, conquer. That now what understanding I have about this concept, no one else on planet Earth has. So by the end of syllabus, your knowledge and my knowledge should be at par. Okay. Gayatri has asked a very interesting question. I think I forgot to address that. Should we refer the ICI material or the JKSE material? See, ICI material is your Bible. For understanding the concept, you will have to refer ICI material at least once. And later on, how to answer that in question answer format, that we have tried to compile in our JKSE book. But I'm not trying to show off, but reality is once whatever we are writing in the notebook, if you refer that, take that in your head, then whatever you add English in that will be correct. Understanding, no? So all the concepts we are going to cover. So later on, it will be just some addition that you will have to do. And in economics, please just relax. Only 2 marks and 3 mark question we are having. We are not having 8 mark or 10 mark question, theoretical questions, where we have to write, 2 to 3 pages. No, only short answers. And come on, you are aware about it. 2-3 marks are easily achievable. Right? And see, one thing I will tell you, out of 8 marks question, if you are attempting, teacher has an opportunity to give 3, 4, 5 marks. Out of 2 mark question, even teacher will be ashamed, to deduct marks. So if you write perfectly, you will be getting full marks. Okay, and I'm not overvaluing, but I'm talking reality, students. If you attend all the lectures, which I'm sure you will, out of 40 marks, easily 32 plus is achievable. Little efforts FM also has to do. Okay, I can't take the entire stress on myself. All right, so 32 plus is easily achievable. Easily. If we study nicely, even 35 plus. Okay, so let's begin now. Concept of money supply. Let's divide this part or this concept into few parts. First part that we are going to understand here, it is called as meaning of money supply. Of course, whenever we are understanding any concept, we start with meaning. So meaning of money supply, we are going to understand. Sources of money supply, we are going to understand. And rationale of money supply. Rationale is nothing but importance. Next, we are going to understand, students, measurement of money supply. How is money supply measured in the economy? Then we shall be having a concept which is called as determinants of money supply. And lastly, we have something called as money multiplier. Money multiplier. So these are the concepts, friends: meaning, sources, rationale, measurement, determinants, and money multiplier. One by one, we are going to conquer all. And this is the same sequence I'm going to follow. So whenever you see the first part of the unit, you will see, okay, Chirag has taught all these things. So let's understand. So you can directly come on to measurement, if you're confused with that part, or if you want to just revise one topic. And one small thing, students, I want you to do before your examination, at least 3 times you should be revising your entire notebook. Before your examination, I'm saying, okay. So one will be at the time of studies, another one will be at the time of test series or prelims, and third one will be at the time of your examination when you are preparing for that. So 3 times. So what you should do, ideally, this is what I do in economics. You have to just put a tick mark. So if any concept has 3 tick marks, so for example, let's suppose if I've understood the meaning, so I will put 1 tick mark, 2 tick mark, and 3rd tick mark in different colors, probably, or in pencil. So if there are 3 tick marks, that means this topic, now I have nailed it. So I know this topic very nicely, so do not worry about it. But the tick mark has to be there only when you have understood it completely, okay? If not understood perfectly, then you should be asking me. I would be the best person to guide you there. So first part, let's understand the meaning of money supply. So we can just give the heading, students: meaning of money supply. Yes, Jay. See, the terminology money itself is very wide. It is fantastic, in fact, that one person just puts a signature on a piece of paper and people go crazy about it. And the person who is giving that autograph is known as governor of RBI. Correct? So once it is saying it is signed by governor, guaranteed by government, it becomes a valid piece of instrument which can be used for transaction. But money has evolved. Let's accept the fact money has evolved. How human civilization was and how it is right now and how it is going to be in the future. Like today, how we talk about maybe a barter system. Maybe 100 years from now, people would be talking like this. In old age era, there used to be paper notes. There used to be coins. Because at that time, everything will become digital. Yes or no? Right? So things keep on changing. We were earlier having animal money, where animals were used as money, you know. Then we had metallic money. Metallic money we even have right now, but at that time we were using gold and silver. Gold, silver. Today, what gold and silver we will use? Okay. Half gold we had, that was already taken by Britishers. Some is left, which is with the temples. Okay. So all Indian, especially mummies, they are trying to make always little gold. Okay. So that some part should be there in India also, no? But anyway, so gold and silver coins were used earlier as metallic coins. Today we have, so look at the transition, no? From gold we came on to silver, then we came on to copper, then we said, bro, we can't even afford that. So we came on to then bronze, nickel, and now we are on steel. Later on, I think we will be having that, plastic coins only now. I think that is only left. But anyway, so half gold. I forgot to name this here. Sejal, you are absolutely right. Some gold was taken by Britishers. Some is with temples, but most of the gold is with Bappi Lahiri today. Okay, but don't ask me now. If you don't know Bappi Lahiri, you have to Google it out. Okay, he's the man who wears gold more than his weight. Friends, later on, paper money we have. Now we have bank money, right? And look at today, yeah, we have digital money. How is the digital acceptance in Chennai, Coimbatore, Hyderabad? Acceptance of digital money? A lot. GPay, yeah, GPay, then Paytm, Phone Pay, full on it is happening. Wow, yeah, Sanskar. Okay, Kunal. Every shop has GPay, Pawan is saying. Amazing. Yeah, after Corona, I think, it has increased. Even Pani Puri Anna has it. Correct. Right, Tanvi. Yeah. Yeah, Jay, that's the future. Jay is asking, sir, now will the crypto be also accepted? Later on, it will be accepted. So it's a good thing, yeah. People have, achieved small vegetable vendors also use nowadays. So it's an achievement. You need to know all these things, friends. I can't teach you about, paper currency and what about credit cards and all that thing, because that is going to be outdated, no? And now we are going to have, yes, correct, Lakshay, you're right. Central bank digital currency we are going to have. You must have seen the recent news of RBI. I also posted it on my Instagram story. I don't know if you have seen that. So, I keep updating like this, whatever the changes are coming in the system. But my Instagram posts don't act in the same manner like Elon Musk, okay? Elon Musk puts one tweet and Bitcoin starts flourishing. Mine is very different. Okay, very simple. Okay. So yeah, Vidhi, this is pro level. Okay, pro ultra max. Yes, Drishti. Kunal, I need to do that only. Kushal, Elon, Musk melon is. Okay. So digital currency, cryptocurrencies, the world is evolving today. And it is not going to stop. This is just the beginning. So you need to have complete idea about cryptos. You need to have complete idea about digital currency. And I keep on sharing the important information whichever comes in the meanwhile. However, when we are talking about money supply, so right now, but the base of all other money forms, I think it is cash, right? Even if the money is there in your bank account, what does that mean? That means you are having money, right? That's why it's there in your bank account. Even if it is digital money later on, you need to have cash. Except the cryptocurrencies, for everything, there has to be a cash backing. Am I right? So when you are using Paytm, when you are using GPay, that means you are having your funds parked in the bank. That's why you can do all these transactions. So when we talk about money supply, what exactly money supply is, it is nothing but the total money available with the people. So whatever money you are having, now it can be Vansh is having, let's suppose 10,000 rupees with him right now as cash. So is that part of money supply? Yeah, of course it is. If let's suppose Ronak is having in his bank account 5,000 rupees, okay, saved in his saving account. Okay. Sorry, friends, there was some network fluctuation. The Wi-Fi got disconnected. Okay, Rishabh. Yeah, I know this farmhouse network issue, I tell you. But the reality is, my friends, that it has been raining very much from last 1 week. You must have been seeing that in news, right? So in Mumbai we have um, this thing, Riverview, a building named Riverview. We have building named Sea View, Lake View. So all these views have come into reality. because nature has taken that very seriously. Thank you. No, same here in Hyderabad. Okay. Yeah, Mumbai is drowning, but don't worry. We Mumbaikars are very indifferent. I'll tell you about it. You will find kids here. They don't worry. People are not worried here. They will think, oh wow, now we have swimming pool from our balcony, so we can go and start dancing in that. People are crazy. However, this thing is very difficult. Like network issue is there, but no worries. I trust that Airtel girl very much. I've connected myself from hotspot. That Airtel girls goes to the mountains and she finds the network. In middle of the lake or river, she is finding the network. In my farmhouse, at least she will find. Yeah, Kushal, I'm in foreign. Yeah. So, many a times this keeps on happening, but do not worry. Yeah. Oh my God, Kudal, that was deep. So meaning of money supply, my dear friends, I was saying, whatever money we are having with us, with the people, I was talking about you guys. So let's suppose Samit is having 10 lakh rupees in his bank fixed deposit. So will that be part of money supply? Yes, of course, that will be part of money supply. Let's suppose if Pooja has deposited some money in NBFCs, non-banking financial companies, will that be part of money supply? Yeah, it will be. Ashriya, let's suppose you have kept some money in the post offices. Will that be part of money supply? Yes, it will be. Right. So money is parked. Wherever money is parked and people have easy access to that money, that means the people can withdraw and start using it. That will be part of money supply. Okay, with the meaning of money supply, friends, first of all. Now, why money supply is required? Why do we calculate it? That's the next part of the story. First, you have to understand what, and then we will understand how. And then later on, why. Okay. So please write down the meaning along with me, friends. Money supply denotes total quantity of money total quantity of money available to the people in an economy. In an economy. Simple, sweet, one line definition. Next one. Done with copying part? Yeah, be with me, students, so that whenever I shift from one page to another, we'll not miss out anything. Okay. Next one. Rationale of money supply. Rationale of money supply. Now, rationale means here in simple words, it is importance of money supply. That why money supply? Why are we understanding that? Is it really important to measure money supply? There was a time in my life, like few years back, I used to take all the courses, like from 11th standard, then whenever, whatever, CA, inter, everything, start to end. But now there are so many batches, so many lecture students, it really becomes hectic to actually cater to junior college. I hardly take any lectures. I have stopped taking 11th standard since a long time. So at CA inter level, you have a high level of maturity. At 11th standard, we don't expect that. They are just kids, just out of school. In Mumbai, we call it as junior college. In various, we have like plus two, PUC, or different names are given. So, that always will be the dynasty. I agree. So when we are talking about these kids, I used to teach them one topic which is called as poverty. Now in India, first of all, I don't think there is any reason for teaching poverty because it is very visible outside. If you are teaching poverty in Switzerland, I can still understand. Because in Switzerland, people will question you. How is it possible? How can people be poor? Everyone has money. Come on. In Mumbai, students would say, sir, this is my topic. You sit. If you have any doubts about poverty, I will explain you. So I was teaching poverty, and many a times students come up with this amazing idea. I will tell you once what is that idea. Many students would come up and say, sir, I have a solution to this poverty problem. I would say, okay, go ahead. What's the solution? Sir, RBI has one machine where they print notes. Let's tell them to print notes and give it to all the people in the country. Poverty over. Wow, amazing. Now, if I say, you idiot, go, don't know anything, his confidence will be shattered. I would always say, what a wonderful idea, yaar. Amazing. How come no one in the country thought about this? Idiots we all are. Okay, do one thing, we will mail it together. If this theory gets accepted, okay, if let's suppose Jay is giving them, giving me the suggestion. So let's call this theory as Jay Chirag theory. Okay, so we'll put the suggestion to governor and he would be so excited. Wow, sir, this is right. But I will still research and tell you. Okay, then I do one acting of doing research and I then tell the student, beta, it is not possible. He would say, why, sir? Because you already know the information, you have already given me the answer. Because it will result into fall in purchasing power. It will increase the level of inflation in our country. You guys are amazing. That's why I said, your maturity level is much better. So friends, when we talk about money supply, it's a very crucial aspect of understanding money supply, because if there is fall in money supply valuation, then it will create a lot of trouble in the economy. And India is not the only economy, okay, who is facing inflation. There are countries in the world who have been facing hyperinflation. Right? Chalo, let me take one example here. What is the highest denomination of currency that we have in India? 2000 rupees, correct? Right? So see, it's very simple. When we talk about Indian currency, the maximum amount that we have printed, it is 2000 rupees. 2000 Indian rupees. Okay. Now, but there are country students who have printed much higher valuation than this. Here, I would like to take one example of, let's suppose, Zimbabwe. We can take Zimbabwe, Venezuela, we can take example of Indonesia, right? But let me tell you about Zimbabwe. See, first of all, there are 3 zeros. This is 1000. And then after that, we Indians, we have two zeros, right? So 3 zeros is 1000. Then we add 2 more zeros, it is lakhs. Then 2 more zeros, it is crores. Then 2 more zeros, it is aukat ke baar. Then 2 more zeros, sochna bhi mat. Don't even think about that. So this is the transition which we Indians calculate. Okay, even our Calci also says, after 10 or 12 digits, hey, bro, what are you doing? This is out of your range, yeah. Come on, get lost. Right? But in Zimbabwe, it is slightly different, students. They don't add 2 zeros, they add 3 zeros. Okay, so 3 zeros, 1000. After that, they have 3, which is called as million. After this 3, then it will be billion. Then they have 3 more, it is called as trillion. And then they have one currency note printed, which is worth $100 trillion. This is the fact. Zimbabwe is already at 100 trillion. One currency note. And here in India, Modi ji is saying by 2025, we will become $5 trillion economy. What, Modi ji? Zimbabwe is printing currency worth $100 trillion. It is not important what you have printed. What is the value of this currency note that we need to understand? Do you know how much this would be in Indian currency? I will tell you that. It is worth 240 rupees. ₹240. Imagine. So if you are having 240 rupees right now, please announce everyone around you. Your mom, dad, everyone around you, students, tell them you are a trillionaire. See, in first lecture itself, I made you trillionaire. What else do you expect from a teacher? Okay. However, tell them, please clarify them. Okay, it is in Zimbabwe. Even if you are having 100 rupees, students, you are a billionaire. So you can think about it, right? Now, who is saying one single note? How is it possible? Oh, trust issues, huh? You don't trust me. No problem. I will show you. I come with a proof always, okay? See? Vouch. Ah, correct, Shweta. See, I told you. Yeah, Pawan, I know. Right? So amazing, isn't it? But of course, we can't go like Zimbabwe because even after printing so much money, I will tell you, students, see this. When you put Zimbabwe people, this is what you get. Hunger and poverty is what you see from your first impression. Am I right? So printing more money results into inflation. Do you agree to this? People will not be having purchasing power. Similarly, if we don't print enough currency notes, if there are goods and services available in the market, but there is no money in the market, then what? Then again, money will lose its power. You know, there will be again loss. It will result into recession. That's why we say optimum level of money supply is important for any economy in the world. Understood, friends? If yes, give me a thumbs up. Ah, perfect. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead. Now, coming back to our original part. So see this. Now, a simple explanation I'm going to give you here. Let's suppose this is goods and services, beta. And here we have money supply. So goods and services available in the economy are worth, let's suppose, 100 rupees. Money supply is also printed 100 rupees. No problem at all. This will be stability in the economy. All right. But let's suppose goods and services available are worth 100. But the money supply which is printed in the market, it is 120. Now, what is this 120? That means there is more money chasing few goods. More money chasing few goods. That means it will result into inflation. See, whatever you are understanding, students, please understand it logically. Excessive inflation in the economy will result into destruction. Whenever US economy has suffered, US economy has not suffered because of any other country, but because of themselves due to excessive inflation. Inflation is, inflation comes along with prosperity, along with growth. But any kind of growth is not a good growth. Quantitative growth is not important. Qualitative growth is important. In fact, students, we should not forget, even Ravan came in Sadhu's clothes to kidnap Sita Mata. Inflation is like that. It comes with a sign of prosperity. It shows that, I am very prosperous, but it is actually not. It is devastating for the economy. So we need to put control over this printing of currency. So this will result into inflation. Similarly, friends, if let's suppose we are having overproduction, 100 rupees worth of goods and services are produced, in which we are having money supply worth only 80. That means it will result into what? It will result into recession because sellers will be making losses. Correct? So we don't need inflation, neither we need recession. We want economic stability. Understood rationale? So we'll quickly write a small note on this one and then we go ahead. Okay, have you copied down this part? Please do it. You can ignore the Zimbabwe part and the Indian currency part, but this part, goods and services, money supply part, you have to copy. Done, friends? Okay. Let's continue. Yes, Manvi. This will result into stability. And one thing on realistic ground, I will tell you. See, you also understand this, that 100 rupees goods and services and exactly 100 rupee will be the money supply is not possible. Slightly here and there, I can understand. Right? 100 and you are having, let's suppose 101, 102, 103, 105 is still fine, bearable. Because goods and services will cope up. Because see, right now we are talking about 100 rupees, but actually in the economy it is 100 lakh crores. So if we are talking about 101, that means there is 1 lakh crore rupee extra in the Indian economy. And now 1 rupee doesn't make sense, but 1 lakh crore rupee, yeah. It makes a lot of sense, yes or no? It's a huge amount, correct? Yeah. Jay, in first case, in case of inflation here, the purchasing power falls. In second case, the purchasing power rises. It is greater. You get to buy more goods in the same price. But at that time, the sellers will be making losses. Sellers will be making losses, but because they will have to give huge discounts. Okay. So let's go ahead, friends. Next. Please continue. Economic stability requires that money supply at any time should be maintained at optimum level. comma, as excess of money supply will result into inflation and shortfall in money supply will lead to recession. Okay. Now, please continue. Analysis of money supply is important for following two reasons. Number one, to analyze monetary developments. Now, what do you mean by to analyze monetary developments? If there is more money supply into a rural area, then that rural area will be urbanized. Due to industrialization, if Chennai is becoming more prosperous, that Chennai will become more powerful than, let's say, Bangalore. Because earlier, when you see the technical companies like Infosys, TCS, they were earlier in Mumbai. From Mumbai, they moved to Bangalore and Pune. But now, when after Make in India concept students has arrived into our nation, you would see the companies are moving to Hyderabad and Chennai. Have you observed that? So Hyderabad, Chennai, when they are getting more money, there will be development. So money supply helps us in understand monetary development, where it is moving. So where the money moves, there will be development in the market. Yes, Danish, that's correct. Samsung factory too. You are right. Next, point number 2. To create framework for monetary policy. Yeah, Neeraj, I agree. To create framework for monetary policy. Guys, have you ever come across this terminology, monetary policy? Yeah, you have. Fantastic. So monetary policy is the one which is made by RBI. Now RBI makes it to control the money supply. But for controlling money supply, you need to know how much is the money supply in the market. So money supply is important so that we can create a framework for monetary policy. Understood? Okay. So that is our meaning and rationale. The last part in the first segment. In the first segment, last point, it is sources of money supply. And this is going to be terrific concept, my friends. So please give the next heading, It is called as sources of money supply. Yeah, Janvi, sure, why not? While writing, I will explain it, Janvi. Monetary development means, let's suppose, Janvi, uh, from rural areas, how much money we are getting. From urban area, how much money supply is there. In primary sector, how much money supply is there. Secondary sector, tertiary sector, this division we get to know thanks to money supply. So it helps us in analysis of monetary developments, that where exactly development is happening due to money. That is what it says, Janvi. I hope that now makes sense. Yeah, Janvi, correct. Right. Okay. Now, sources of money supply, my friends. Yeah, Shweta, sure. Sources of money supply. Just give me some time, Shweta. There are two sources of money supply, students, and I'm very sure first one is something which you already know. There are two sources of money supply. What are the two sources of money supply? First one is the central bank. Now, when I say central bank, of course, in India, it is RBI. And how it is a source of money supply? You can't even ask that. It prints money and gives it to the world, right? So if it is printing money and supplying to the entire country, that means it is a primary source of money supply. Yes or no? So please write down central bank, that is nothing but RBI. And when RBI is giving money, so it is also called as primary source of money supply. And when RBI is giving this money is called as high powered money. Friends, are you aware how money is issued in our country? How is money printed in India? Someshwar, I'll tell you that also. Based on gold holdings, on the basis of reserves. Harsh, thank God. Amazing, yeah. You guys are amazing. Recently, I stopped asking this question, but I still took the risk. Usually, I don't ask many questions. I will tell you why. Once I was asking the same, question in one of the batches. How is money printed in India? Students started saying, sir, from machine. I still took risk with you. And thankfully, you are worth taking the risk. So I'll keep taking this type of risks more often. But you are absolutely right, friends. As you all have said, Lakshay, Vikas, Rishabh, Revti, all of you friends, you are absolutely correct. It is based on reserves. There are two types of reserves which we take while printing currency. First one is called as gold. The other one is foreign exchange reserves. But there was a time when India was having too much of gold, too much of money. Today, the situation is not the same. So today we follow not completely backed up reserves, but we follow a system which is called as minimum reserve system. Now to explain minimum reserve system in short, we get, let's suppose, gold and foreign currency worth 200 crores, against which we will be printing currency notes worth 1000 crores. Okay. So if we get backup, if we get reserves worth 200, we print currency worth 1000. This is how the system operates, which we call it as minimum reserve system. So who is doing this? It is done by RBI. And when RBI is doing that, it is called as minimum reserve system, and the money which is printed, it is called as high powered money. Now Someshwar asked a very nice question, sir, why this kind of fancy name is used? Because this money results into all other money supplies. This is the base of all other sources, right? If this is not there, then we will not have the other forms of money supply. That's why it has the highest level of power, high powered. Understood, no? And see, one thing I will tell you, students, in your maybe in your 11 12 standard or in CA foundation also, you must have studied a concept called as stock and supply. Stock is a reservoir. Fund concept. Supply is a flow concept. It keeps on flowing, yes or no? Yeah, see, you know this. So when we are talking about supply, which is a flow concept, so here also money stock is what RBI is having. Out of that, whatever is given to the general public, it is called as money supply. Understood, no, friends? So that's money supply for all of us. Yeah. So let's continue. So high powered money, which is the other source of money supply. So my dear friends, the other source of money supply will be commercial banking system. And of course, when the name says commercial banking system, so who is going to do that? So it will be done by the commercial banks in the country. And when commercial banks are doing this task, students, it is called as credit money. And I'm very sure many of you would have been, listening to this concept earlier as well. You must have already been known, like, what do we mean by, credit money? So when we talk about credit money, friends, when we talk about credit money, why it is creating money supply? Let me help you, right? I want your 100% attention here. Whatever you are doing, stop. Don't write anything now. Just focus here. Okay, it's you and me. Now, friends, let's suppose I am having 100 rupees. Okay, I gave that 100 rupee to Shri. Now, how much money I have? Zero. Because Shri is having money, 100 rupees. Okay. Now, Shri gave that money to, let's suppose, Chaitra. So, Shri is having now zero. Now, Chaitra is having 100 rupees. Correct, Chaitra? Yeah. Now, Chaitra gave that money to Tanishka. So, now Tanishka is having that 100 rupees. Chaitra is not having anything. So, the money is just flowing. How much is the money supply? Money supply is 100. Are you understanding money supply is 100? Simple, simple. No doubts here, right? Okay. Now, let's change the example. Okay. In this example, let's suppose I am a bank. All right. Now, Rakshita madam is having 1 crore rupees. So come on, we are living in a world where Modi ji can come at any given point of time at 8 o'clock and say, Mitron, and all the money is gone. So we can't take that risk of keeping the money at home. So Rakshita madam, I'm sure you will also understand the fact and not keep the money at home. Am I right? Okay. So where will you keep? You will keep it with the bank. So 1 crore rupee I got. First, let me enjoy the feeling of your internet connection is unstable. It shows like this, but don't worry. We are very much stable. Okay. that that Airtel girl, she cheated on me. Cheater. Betrayed me. I trusted her so much. But no problem. Money is the medicine of any kind of betrayal, so I've got 1 crore rupees now. So it's the remedy. What a timing. So I got now 1 crore rupee. Rakshita has given that. What will I do with that 1 crore? Will I keep it with myself? No, I will give that as loan. Yes or no? So I gave that loan to whom? I gave that loan to Someshwar. Someshwar wanted to buy one house. Okay. So he booked one very nice flat for him, for his family, with that 1 crore rupee. And he purchased that flat from Shweta Builders. So Shweta, you are now having 1 crore rupee. What will you do with that 1 crore? Keep it in your bag only? No. She will again give it to bank. Right? So who is getting again that money? Come on, yeah, you know it, right? Right? Me. So I'm getting that 1 crore rupee. Acha, Rakshita, you have deposited 1 crore rupee to me, right? You are having how much? In cash, you are having 0. In bank account, you have 1 crore, right? Okay. Shweta, how much do you have? You also have 1 crore rupee? In cash, you have 0. In bank, you are having 1 crore. Okay. Now, let's suppose I gave that 1 crore rupee, which Shweta gave to me. I give it to Vansh. Vansh wanted to buy a car. That's why he took a loan. So Vansh purchased the car from Tanvi Automobiles. And he has purchased BMW X7. Okay. So worth 1 crore, I think he would be having that money. So 1 crore rupee now Tanvi madam has got for selling that car. What would Tanvi madam do if she is not having any plan of expenditure? She will just give it to the bank. So Tanvi madam, how much you are having? Cash in hand 0, but in bank it is 1 crore. Yes or no? So when I asked Rakshita how much money you have with you now, not in hand of course, but in your bank account or whatever total money you have. So Rakshita said 1 crore. I asked Shweta the same question. She said, I also have 1 crore. I asked Tanvi also the same question. How much money do you have? She said 1 crore. Within a matter of 2 months, I made 1 crore, 3 crores. The money supply in our country now is not 1 crore. It is 3 crore rupees. Thanks to credit money, which banks rotate in the market. And this is how banks go on creating more and more money. That's why the commercial banks are so progressive in nature. Do you agree to this? I'll give you a small example, okay? JK Shah Classes recently has opened a branch in Mysore. I'm sure you are aware about it. That's a very good news, friends. We are a 37-year-old institution. Okay. So, it's a great journey of JK Shah Classes, which we can see in the last 37 years, we have managed to have 61 branches. Is it a success or no? Right? It is definitely a success, correct? Now, friends, tell me one thing. Am I a JKSC student? Drishti is asking. No, but I did not have money to go to any classes. I'm going to show one bank data here. Bandhan Bank. Now, this is a very flourishing bank, students. Bandhan Bank. Let me write down Bandhan Bank branches here, maybe. Okay. Wiki has the answer maybe. Oh yes, it does. Okay, I think this will help us. Okay, now read this very carefully, friends. Bandhan Bank Limited is an Indian bank and financial services company. It is present in 34 out of whatever union territories and states we are having, 36. How many branches does it have, students? It is having 5,371 banking branches. Okay. Hello. And this bank started when, June 17th, 2015. Roughly 6-year-old institution. Having 5,371 banking outlets. We were talking about the success of JK Shah classes. 37 years, 61 branches. 6 years, more than 5,000 outlets. How can bank be so successful? And when you go to their banking branches, my goodness, have you seen the infrastructure that they create? Infrastructure, look at the flooring, ceiling, look at the TVs, the people out there, the desks that they have created, state of the art infrastructure. Yes or no? My dear friends, how they are able to do that? See, when you can create 1 crore into 3 crores in just few minutes, you can have this many branches, no problem. I hope you are understanding. This is how the banks go on multiplying their businesses. See, the normal people don't understand. If you ask any person who is walking on the street, hey, your money is there in the bank is not having that, it is just rotating. Yeah, what you are saying? Whenever I go to bank, I get my money. They have kept our money in ATM only. Every day they keep. Friends, it is someone else who is doing this for us. Tomorrow, it is going to be you who are going to do this. That's why you need to understand this topic. You need to keep on creating more and more credit money in the market. The higher credit money you create in the market, the economy becomes more and more prosperous. You have to just focus on one thing, and that is people's sentiments. One thing that you have to take care of as a banker, friends, whoever is depositing the money in your bank account, they should not come again and ask for that money. Because whoever has deposited, if all the depositors come and ask money back, the bank will become bankrupt. The entire economy will collapse. Are you understanding? Because whatever you see in your passbook or your account statement, it is not there, it is gone. It just keeps on rotating. It is just a feeling. So they keep on rotating so much of money and still they are not becoming bankrupt. Yes, because India is a saving economy, not a spending economy. In India, since our childhood, we have been taught, beta, save money. Or you have heard about these dialogues. Money is not grown on trees. Right? Or you must have heard this also. You don't value money. When you start earning, you will come to know. If I become banker, every person in the world will come to know how can I rotate money. Okay. Money is not grown on trees, but it is definitely grown in the banks. I hope you are very clear in this part. See, this is the practical exposure of money, This is how money is actually created in the market. This only you, me, and banking industry knows. No one else. That's credit money for all of us. Makes sense? That completes our sources of money supply, right? So next part, friends, that we are going to understand. I'll just close this. Thank you so much, Bandhan Bank and Wikipedia. Danish is asking some query. I will just answer that quickly and then we move on. So if I have 1 crore today, tomorrow I borrow that money, bank loaned, then how they give my money? Okay, if they give out, see Danish, one thing we need to understand, his question is very valid. Sir, if I keep the deposit of 1 crore rupee today, and if let's suppose they have loaned out that money, okay, if I go and ask my money back, then how they will give me back, sir? Danish, you need to understand you are not the only one in the country who is saving money. There will be many others like you and me who will be saving money into the bank. They will just take that money off other account and give it to you. No problem. The problem is when everyone, all the bank account holders go and ask for money again. Give us our money back. We don't want to keep. But now we can't do that because we are scared. Mitron, gone. So we can't keep in cash. Okay. So that's how the system operates. So it's a legal scam, by the way, which is created by banks. But we don't understand. Right? But come on, yeah. This is how the money works, right? This is how money works. Right? And once money starts working for you, that is when you make money. Till the time you work for money, you become middle class. When money starts working for you, at that time you become rich. That's why we need to understand all these. So Bandhan Bank is enjoying and we are studying right now so that we can enjoy in the future. And that bugger also, no, Yes Bank managing directors and CEOs, they also understood this system. They just used it in the wrong way. See, the problem is everyone does scam. Okay. And you are a legend till the time you are not caught. Till the time Harshad Mehta was not expert, he was hero. Till the time people do not recognize that Elon Musk tweets for his own benefit and not for the benefit of the world. Once people start realizing that, the same hero will turn out to be a villain. Right? So this is how it works, friends. I'm sure you know this. Come on. Right? So let's go ahead. Next one, students, we are going to understand a very interesting topic that is called as measurement of money supply. Measurement of money supply. Please give the heading, friends, and then we go ahead. Ready? Friends, since 1935, RBI has been, trying to accumulate the data of the money which is there in the entire country. But earlier, till 1977, they were having only one measurement, which is called as narrow money. But later on, they started calculating money, which is parked in multiple sources. And when they started calculating money that, okay, it is there in post offices, it is there in cash, oh, it is there with RBI also, it is there with, commercial banks also. So from these various sources, when RBI started extracting data, yeah, how much money you are having, how much money you are having, how much money, started extracting data, that is nothing but measurement of money supply. So measurement of money supply started in 1935. But in 1977, we developed something called as monetary aggregates. So what is monetary aggregates? Monetary aggregate, students, comprises of four things: M1, M2, M3, M4. M stands for monetary aggregate. So it is monetary aggregate 1, monetary aggregate 2, monetary aggregate 3, and monetary aggregate 4. So what is this M1, M2, M3, M4? M1 is money kept in some resources. M2 will be M1 plus some other resources also. Right? M3 will be previous one plus something extra. M4 will be M3 plus something extra. Right? First comes breakfast. Then breakfast is already there. Still we have lunch. Correct, no? So this is how the mechanism works. Because some students ask me, sir, directly we should go for M4. No, no, RBI is not fasting. So M1, M3, M3, everything will be taken into account. Don't worry. Yes, Rishabh. But you also know, students, with time, things do change. So even this system changed in the year 1998. And then we introduced something called as new monetary aggregates. So we already had monetary aggregates. Now that was abolished. New monetary aggregates were introduced. But in new monetary aggregates, we are just having three measures. Which are they? NM1, NM2, NM3. Sir, what is NM? New monetary aggregates. So it is new monetary aggregate 1, new monetary aggregate 2, new monetary aggregate 3. Understood? Comfortable till here? But it was a sense of insecurity which RBI was feeling. So according to RBI, this was not a complete measurement. So along with new monetary agreements or new monetary aggregates, sorry, one more aggregates were added, and that is nothing but liquidity aggregates. So again, in liquidity aggregates, we have three, that is L1, L2, and L3. So friends, we started in 1935 with only M1. 1977, we had M1, M2, M3, M4. 1998, all of them went. And then we had NM1, NM2, NM3. After that, we had L1, L2, L3. Are you understanding this? So overall, how many things we are having, which we are going to learn right now? Learn 10. M1, M2, M3, M4, NM1, NM2, NM3, L1, L2, L3. And we are going to by heart all this in the class itself in next half an hour. And one more thing. When I say by heart means what, I will be taking orals. So the system operates like this now. I will teach. Okay. And while teaching only, try to memorize everything. After that, I will give you 2 minutes to by heart all the points. Then I will lock the meeting. Stop the recording. And start asking you questions by unmuting you. Okay. And locking the meeting is very important. I will tell you the reason also. Because if I do not lock, then there will be someone who will say, let him take the orals, no problem. We will just roam around and come back in 5 minutes. And then come back, Chirag, done, ready? Now we are off. So before starting with all these aggregates, I want you to, be 100% focused. So a small chichi pipi break I will give you. Go fast, come back in 3 minutes. I start again at 11:44. Okay. Let's begin, friends, to this journey of 10 different things. Okay, try to memorize as much as possible. Let's begin. Give the heading monetary aggregates. In bracket, write down. Don't write from. This is so outdated. Date of birth, 1977. Or you can also write killing cake since 1977. Blowing candles since 19. That is much better. First cry, land on earth. All these things can be introduced, friends. No problem at all. Now in monetary aggregates, we are going to have M1, M2, M3, M4. So let's begin. First one, M1. M1 is nothing but currency with the public. So whatever money is there with the public will be part of M1. Now, when I say currency, my dear friends, we include both the things, okay? We include notes plus coins. Plus demand deposits with banks. Perfect, Rishabh. Friends, when we say demand deposits, there are CASA deposits. Huh? What is CASA? Current account, saving account. If you want, you can please write down the full form also. CASA is current account, saving account deposits. Plus other deposits with RBI. Perfect, Jay. What are these other deposits with RBI? Whatever money is there of government, central government, state government, when it is maintained with RBI, it will be part of other deposits with RBI. Simple. M1 is very basic, okay? Very basic. Write down next one, M2. M2, what it will include? It will include M1 plus savings deposit with post office savings bank. No, Akshita, that will come now. Saving deposits with post office savings bank. Friends, when I say saving deposit, are you aware about it that even with the post offices, we can open our savings account? Just like how we can open it with our banks, right? So that will be included in M2. Please write down M3. Sorry. What is M3? Now this is worth noting. Many students get confused here. It is M1 plus time deposit with banks. And when I say time deposit, what does it mean? It means FD and RD. That is fixed deposit and recurring deposit. Now you must be taken for surprise when I have written there M1. You know, many students would have said that it's a mistake, sir. The answer is no, my friend. It is not M2. It will be M1 plus. Okay, M2 is not part of M3. And why is it like that? I will give you the reason also. See, M2 includes post office money, isn't it? RBI wanted to know, excluding post offices, how much money is there in the economy. So for that, they have calculated M3. Because if you observe in M3, there is currency with the public, which is there in M1. Then we will have demand deposits with the banks. Then we will have other deposits with RBI, and we will have the term deposits. That is the time deposits, fixed deposit as well as recurring deposit with the commercial bank. So all the money which is there with the commercial bank as well as central bank, everything is included in M3. Understood? Now entire money with the public in banks and liquid cash plus entire money which is there in the post offices, if we include both, that will be M4. Correct? So please write down. Yes, Rishabh. Now the next one is M4. In M4 we have M3 plus total deposits with post office savings bank. Only one thing is excluded here. So I will write down excluding national saving certificate. Why is national saving certificate excluded, my dear friend, here? Because national saving certificate is rigid form of money. Rigid form of money means it will not create a very big impact in the money supply because it remains constant for more than 5 years. It cannot be withdrawn or matured before that. That's why it is just excluded. Okay. And Fatima, you are right, 100%. So this is our M1, M2, M3, M4. Students, exactly 1 minute time to by heart these four things, and then we go ahead with the next part. So after every part, I give you 1 minute time. After L1, L2, L3, I give you 2 minutes time. I want you to by heart very nicely. Start. Post office FD Akshita will be part of M4 itself. Total post offices deposit considers both savings as well as long term. Recurring deposit, Prithvi. Yes, Somesh, all the types of banks are included there. Yes, Amo. These measures are calculated annually. Yes. In fact, annual requirement is there, but RBI also does that monthly. Among in M2, we just want to know the banking money. That's why we are not including, in M3, we are not including M2. We are just including the banking money. In M4, is it M3? Yes, Janvi, it is M3. Shweta, I'm afraid to say, then in your 12th standard, it was wrong. Because this is what RBI has given. In fact, RBI publishes this on the website. So it's there. The formula is there on the RBI website. Janvi, because it is overall, it comprises of all the different forms of money, all taken into one. Nikhil, it would include money from government, which is kept with RBI. Done, friends? Let's go ahead. Yes, Jay. No, Vikas, not at all. Vikas has asked a very good question. Was your English as fluent as you were as a student? No, Vikas, it was terrible. In fact, even I right now I don't think it is very fluent, but still somehow I managed to. But we need to understand one thing: English is just a form of communication. It is not a compulsory language for that matter. Now, many people don't understand Hindi. That's completely fine. It's just a language, right? Many people don't understand, English. It's completely fine. It's just that you need to have a basic awareness. Okay. Everyone can't be like me. I know French, I know German, I know then many other languages. I know Spanish, I know Italian, then I know many other languages. I'll tell you. I know Arabic. As long as you don't know any of these languages, I know everything. It's just that I cannot talk to you, okay, if you know it. So it's just a language. Japanese, yeah, of course. Sushi. I have it for breakfast, yeah. Yeah, Kushal, that's right. Himanshu, in India, I know most of the languages. I know Telugu, yeah, of course. I know Tamil, yeah. I know all the languages, don't worry. It's just that I will start speaking slowly. Yeah, yeah, Marathi also. Vanakam, vanakam. Yeah. You can't take test of me, okay? I'm not here to give the test of languages. Come on. See what you are doing. The question was English is fluent. Now you are saying, okay, give me a proof. Talk to me in Tamil. Come on, start speaking. Okay. Yes, Mohit, that's true. Yeah, Hariharan, I will try to answer that. He asked me something in Japanese language. So yeah, Sanskar, that also I know. Jay, exactly that is what I do. Okay. Come on, let's get back to the topic, friends. Please write down new monetary aggregates. New monetary aggregates. Now let's begin with the new monetary aggregates, friends. The first one, the most simplest one here. It is NM1, that is new monetary aggregate 1. Please write down NM1 is equal to Currency with the public. Currency with the public plus demand deposit with banks. Yes, Danish, I'll tell you that. Plus other deposits with RBI. Hemant, that depends upon the money which is circulated through government to the general public. I forgot to mention the date of birth, which please write down here. Cake killing day was 1998. Cake murder since 1998. So if you observe, my dear friends, it is same as our M1, yes or no? Correct, no? So now please don't ask this, okay? Sir, why is it same? They should change, no? It's good they have kept same. At least one thing less we have to remember. No? So you should be thankful, okay? Thank you, RBI. How cute. Here also same, notes and coins. Everything remains the same. So if there is anything new, beta, I'll add it. Here it is exactly same like M1 only. Okay. When is your birthday? 29th of February. Because I grow old only once in 4 years. Next one. NM2. So approximately your age. 5 years. So NM2, friends, what is NM2? Please write down. It is nothing but NM1. NM1 will be there. Plus short term time deposits of residents. Shweta, that's a wonderful idea. Short-term time deposits of residents. Now here two things you need to know, okay? First is residents, the other one is short-term. Short-term means less than 1 year. And residents you know already, no? In tax you must have studied, right? Only Indian residents. Non-residents, NRI is not included here. You know NRIs, right? Na rahe Indians. Yeah, that 182 days criteria. Correct, Someshwar. So if that is fulfilled, that person will be called as resident or ordinary resident as per Kushal. No, Rishabh. Next one, NM3. The last one, friends, NM3. Lakshay, I wish. It is NM2. NM2. So same teacher teaching two subjects, like same name. Okay. Lakshay, understood. NM2 plus. Long term. This is very simple. I'm sure you will be able to understand long term time deposits of residents. Now you understand the meaning of long term here. You understand the meaning of residents also. So whenever there is a contractual obligation of maturity of more than 1 year, it will be part of NM3 and not part of NM2. So NM2 is basically considering more liquid form of money, if you observe, because it considers the maturity period of less than 1 year. Okay. Last part in NM3 students, please write down, it is plus call or term funding from financial institution. Then also Someshwar, it will be NM2. Now, call or term funding. Students, have you come across this terminology earlier? Call money or term money? Yeah. When one bank is giving loan to another bank, so it is called as call money or term money. So that call money, term money will be part of NM3. Very clear in this, friends, right? So that completes our NM1, NM2, NM3. So as per our custom and tradition that we have been following, I will be giving you 1 minute's time to buy at this start, and then we go ahead with liquidity aggregates. Yes, Someshwar. When one bank is giving money to another bank for a very short period of time, it is called as call money. So that is call or term funding. Yes, Akshita, that's a very good observation actually. That is why we have created liquidity aggregates. Ronak, it was the same doubt which was asked by Akshita. So I will tell you, friends, Akshita and Ronak are having a query here. Sir, we have not included post office. We have completely ignored post office money. That's true, isn't it? So we should be including that post office money also. That's why we have created liquidity aggregates. So if you observe NM1, NM2, NM3 is entirely bank's deposit. See this now. Jay, understood now why we are not including short term or like call or term money into NM2 and why we are including in NM3. Number one, because it is a new one. And number two, the volume is huge. because banks keep on giving and taking loans, you know. So transaction wise, it might look like, you know, we are giving only for 2 days. But amount wise, that 2 days also is like 2000 crores. Getting this? That's why. So let's begin, friends, to the next one. It is liquidity aggregates. Birth date, same as new monetary aggregates, they are twins. Yes, Jamna, 100%. Please write down L1. What is L1, my friends? L1 is nothing but NM3 plus. Now, do you see, students? NM3 plus. That means where we ended NM3, it is the exactly starting point of L1, right? So L1 is nothing but NM3 plus total deposits with post office saving bank, correct? Of course, excluding NSC. So all the post office deposits will be part of NM3 except one again, and that will be NSC. Date of birth for liquidity aggregate, some of you are asking me. It is same as new monetary aggregates. They are twins. Next, please write down L2. Now, friends, NM, how to remember this? You know, I will tell you. NM, that is new monetary aggregates, we're entirely focusing on the banking business. L1, you see, it is banking plus post offices. So I can say post offices are the additions which are done, and that is how L1 is created, right or no? Now post office amount is done, okay? Now L2 will be something else. Apart from L1 also we will have something else. So what is that? Let's understand. L2 is equal to L1 plus term deposits. Term deposits with term lending institutions and refinancing institutions. Now, students, term lending institutions and refinancing institutions, collectively, I will put them only under one category, and that is nothing but FI. FI here stands for financial institutions, which includes all of them. Refinancing institutions, term lending institutions, all of them are considered in this. Are you comfortable with the terminology? Because see, again and again, we won't be using, you know, entire part, term lending institutions, refinancing institutions. So instead of that, just one thing, FI we will put. But sir, what is this term lending and refinancing institutions? Let me help you. Have you come across this terminology, NABARD, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development? People park their money in NABARD also. They are refinancing institutions. SIDB, have you come across this terminology? SIDB, small industry. So you know this already, yeah? Come on. Small Industrial Development Bank of India. I thought it will take too much of time. You know this, but then you know Exim. You know this also. Yeah. My work is so easy now. So all these institutions, beta, it will come here. Term deposits with term lending and refinancing institutions. In short, we will call it as FI. Comfortable with this? No stress, right? Okay. So this is term deposits. Plus term borrowings. By FIs. So I'm not writing the entire part again, okay? Term borrowings by refinancing and term lending institutions. I'm not writing that. I'm just writing FI. It is refinancing, Neeraj. Did I write refinancing? Oh, sorry. It is refinancing, okay? Spelling error. Done. Now, what is the difference between term deposits and term borrowings? Term deposits. If let's say Aparna had 50 lakh rupees. So she gave that 50 lakh rupees or deposited that 50 lakh rupees for long term with NABARD. So what is that? That will be called as term deposits. But NABARD is in need of money. NABARD took loan from central government of 50 crore rupees. Will that be part of term deposits? No. That will be called as term borrowings. Understood the difference, you know? Okay. Next. Plus certificate of deposits. Issued by financial institutions. Whatever you study in the entire day, do you discuss that with your family? Yeah, you do. Uh, please do it. And this is one thing that you are going to do today with your family, okay? Use teacher's name who taught you. Use subject's name. Possibly use the chapter's name also. Because when you are doing that, no, you are not explaining them. Actually, you are revising. The more you do that, the more you will remember. Right? Rishabh is saying we video call relatives and also share it with them. Fantastic, no problems. Just don't do it with the people of your age who are not doing chartered accountancy, okay? You don't want to stay single for life. If you start doing that, no, everyone will isolate you. Oh, social distancing, right? You can't do that. All right. So, moral of the story, do that. Why I'm telling you, because you get awareness, they also get to learn new things, and it is quite exciting, fruitful journey to share knowledge, spread awareness. It's a very nice thing. Right? Friends, when we talk about this financial institution, they issue some certificate of deposits. Now, what is this certificate of deposits? Have you ever come across debentures, bonds? Yeah, you have. Fantastic. So similarly, there is this certificate of deposit. It's a scheme where you can put your money. Now, how different it is from term deposit, sir? How different it is from term deposit? That's a valid question. See, when Aparna is depositing a money, is she having any liability that she can withdraw only after this particular period of time? She can withdraw whenever she wants. She can keep any amount she wishes to keep. It's her choice. But in certificate of deposit, you don't get that liberty. Okay. Certificate of deposit, it is compulsorily to be matured only after 1 year. So it is issued for 1 year. So if you are having that time preference that you don't need money for the next 1 year, only then park your money into certificate of deposits. Okay. So let's suppose Kavya says, sir, I don't need money. I can put my money into CDs, that is certificate of deposit. Completely fine. Rohit, see, it's not like FD. In FD, premature withdrawal is allowed. In CD, it is not allowed. Okay. And in FD, you decide the amount which you want to keep. In CD, minimum amount is 1 lakh. And then it is in multiples of 1 lakh. So if Kavya wants to deposit, she has to deposit minimum 1 lakh with a lock-in period of 1 year. And then if she wants to invest, she says, sir, I have 1.5 lakhs. No, not allowed. Then 50,000, keep it in term deposit, 1 lakh in certificate of deposit. So if you want to park your money in CD, then it will be 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, and so on. And why I'm asking you to discuss this with your family members, I will tell you, because it is quite likely that many of your family members would have also invested into CD. So they will also, when they tell you about their practical experience with CD, and then you can start questioning, why did you keep in CD? Why not in FD in bank? Then they will tell you, here it was higher rate of interest which we got. And when there was an emergency, why didn't you withdraw? If you ask them, they would say, there was a lock-in period of 1 year. We couldn't do anything. Are you understanding? Friends, amazing type of deposit. I tell you, if you start your organization, see, right now we are having a valuation game which is going on in the market. If you observe, Zomato, a company which is making only losses from last so many years, is still having a valuation of more than 1 lakh crore rupees. And this is just the beginning of the end. I'm telling you. Because once Zomato was able to do that, all other startups will follow the same league. Yes, you are right. Paytm is coming, MobiQuick will come, PhonePe will come, all of them will come. See, we need to understand, of course, they have created a company. I'm not denying the fact. But all the investors who are investing in these companies are now liquidating their funds at premium. And we investors are not using brain. We just want to buy that shares with the hope that someday it will make profit. It is not going to make profit. Because their operating expenses are so high, students. They won't be able to survive. And one small change in the market, right? Like how Corona took place. Now, what if people decide we will have food only at home? What if people decided the hoteliers, because they are charging 29% as their fee. Zomato. Now, if let's suppose I am having a hotel, okay, simple logic I will give you. If I run a hotel, if every month from my 1 lakh rupee sale, if they are taking 29,000 rupee to deliver, I will just hire one delivery boy by paying 10-12,000 rupees, give him one cycle and say deliver everywhere. See, I'm not saying this will happen. I'm saying this is a possibility, right? So there are many limitations, but however, so if this startup game gets exposed in the market, people will not trust stock market. Do you agree to this? But people will not stop having money. So at that time, if you want to raise money, CD will be a very good form for you. Ah, thank God. So keep responding. So we need to be prepared. See, when you want to raise money for your organization, let's suppose if Someshwar is working for a organization called as Goldman Sachs. Have you heard about it, Someshwar? No, Goldman Sachs is the world's largest investment bank. Okay. So if Someshwar, you are working for that into investment banking. Yes, Lakshay, you're 100% right. So if you're working in investment bank and if you want to raise money at that time, stock markets are not doing well. You can directly tell your managing director, let's raise money from CDs. If these refinancing institutions can do it, why can't we? It can be a game changer, right? So right now it is someone else who is doing and we are investing. Tomorrow it can be us who will be raising the money and get money from the public. Sounds good to all of you, right? Fantastic. Let's go ahead. So those who want to become investment bankers, for them, I have just given a strong piece of advice, right? Let's talk about L3 now. Hey, did you observe one thing? L2 was entirely dedicated to this. To what? Refinancing institutions entirely. L1 was entirely dedicated to post offices. L3 is entirely dedicated to financial institutions. And now the last one, L3. It will be entirely dedicated to NBFCs, non-banking financial corporations. Okay. Danesh has asked a very good question. Let me answer this. Is it fruitful for all of us actually? Can company raise CD? Well, as of now, no. But if you give a proposal to SEBI, why would they say no if it is completely secured? And see, logically, no, I will tell you one thing. It's very simple. When you go and take money from bank, they will charge you 18 to 20% rate of interest. In Indian banks, investor or depositors get only 6 to 8%. To the same depositor, if you offer 9.5%, they will give you money as well as a love letter. That thank you, we love you too for giving us 1.5% extra from banks. And let me tell you one more thing. What if, this is just a thought, okay? What we are doing is just exchanging thoughts. Are you understanding this? Do you think it is worth of your time, or, it is not part of our concept, but still. So when you actually go in the market, when you actually start playing in the market here, at that time, what if you create another category altogether, if let's suppose Khushi specializes in raising CDs for multiple countries of the world. That's a great career opportunity, isn't it? So see, this is how you have to think now. Don't think from a job perspective. Think from creation's perspective. Okay, think from a creative perspective, like how we are going to create something new. So certificate of deposit in India is just still a virgin market, not exploited at all. So there is a lot of opportunity in this market where we can raise money. See, stock markets are already exploited. And it is not the investors who have exploited the stock market, the Indian investors, it is the mutual fund agencies and the foreign direct investors. You know this, come on, yeah. Every day there is, thousands of crore rupees which is coming into our country just to raise the stock market. It is completely inflated, yeah. Do we have the worth of 53,000 rupees? 53,000 index points on Sensex? Because of COVID, when it came down, I was really happy. I thought now we are having real valuation. But things changed quickly. However, let the time decide what has to be done. Why bank rates are very low on saving deposits? Pawan, because people don't get, the banks do not get to use the savings deposit. Because whenever you go out, you just swipe off your debit card, you just withdraw it from ATM. So banks don't get to use that money. So that's why they cannot afford to pay a higher rate of interest on that. That's the answer. Last one, friends, L3. Please write down. It will be L2 plus public deposits with non-banking financial companies. In bracket, we can write down NBFC. And I'm sure you must have heard the names like L&T Finance, Bajaj Finance, Tata Capital, Muthoot Finance, Manappuram Gold Finance, Equitos, correct? So all these small financial companies, basically whatever money is parked in them, it will be part of what? It will be part of L3, that is NBFC. So when you keep the money with banks, it is called as fixed deposit. When you keep the same money in NBFCs, then it will be called as public deposits. Understood this part? So today, without fail, with your family members, you have to discuss two things, okay? One is NBFCs, PD, the other one is CD. And try to understand, have they ever put their money into this? If yes, then when and for how long? If no, then why not? What is their sentimental value? So if they have not, so is it because of lack of awareness or it is basis of insecurity? So ask them question, when would you invest? When you are more secure, when you feel more comfortable, so that tomorrow if my company is launching, people like you who are the having money and they want to deposit in the institution. So how can I grab more money from you guys? That is your thought process that you have to ignite. Giving you 2 minutes time to revise and by heart right from M1, M2, M3, M4, NM1, NM2, NM3, L1, L2, L3. I'll log the meeting now and yeah, we'll start with the orals after that. Start. Yeah, Mahesh, I know. No, Muskan, it is not. Akshita, if it is there in NBFCs, then it is included. If it is in banking, then it is not included. Someshwar, in banks it is not there. Yes, you are right, Muthu Parmeshwari. Done, friends? Ready? Lakshay, because that is the future, because now the digital media is going to evolve. I don't know, like if kids after 5 to 6 years, will they be attending the live lectures in the classroom? I'm really skeptical about that. The way the world has changed, a 2-year-old boy today or girl today, a child basically, is able to operate YouTube. They don't know how to speak, but they know how the gaming operates, right? They don't know the spelling. For example, I'll share with you recently, on this Sunday actually, Sunday evening, I visited to one of my friend's house. His nephew, he must be around 3.5 or 4, I think. Now they don't know how to write because they don't know the spelling and everything. So I saw when he was searching for YouTube videos, he was doing it on, mic. He was clicking that mic button and doing Avengers, Thor, I don't know what not. So they understand all these things. So edtech startups today are building this platform, Lakshay, for all these kids. They might not be profitable right now, but in years to come, I think that will grow. That's why these Chinese investors are behind this thing. Yeah, Shreya, of course, yeah. Yeah. And this is not going to stop. This is here to stay. I don't know, like in the future, I think you as a generation, I think you guys don't believe in technology so much. Like technology for you is like entertainment, but not for education. Am I right? Or like this is just my assumption, right? Yeah. So, but now the things will change gradually. CDs are regulated by RBI. Okay, shall we go ahead with the next part? That is nothing but the question answers. Let's begin. I'm going to unmute all of you like one by one, and I'll ask you a simple question. Please close your books. If you know, you have to say the answer. If you don't, do not worry, do not panic at all. I will help you. But don't look into the book. Let's begin. The next is nothing but reserve money. Reserve money is nothing but high powered money. There is one small concept which is called as M0. Okay, that we are going to understand. Let's have a look at it. Done, Someshwar. I was just doing that. Okay, let's begin. We are going to understand reserve money. Now, what is reserve money, students? Reserve money is also called as M0, or it is also called as high powered money, or it is also called as monetary base. So these are just three different names of the same concept, which we call it as reserve money. Let's begin. What is reserve money? First one. Yes, Jay, you are absolutely right. So please write down currency in circulation. That is nothing but currency with the public. Plus bankers deposit with RBI. Now, what is bankers deposit with RBI? Do banks maintain any kind of reserves with RBI? Yes, two in fact, CRR and SLR, correct? So in the bracket, if you want, just for your understanding, you can write down CRR and SLR. Plus other deposits with RBI. Yes, Shri. Yes, Someshwar, correct. So it is as per RBI, Someshwar. That's why it is included in that, because that is also part of reserves only. Reverse repo, Laksha, is not a reserve beta. It is a interest rate which is charged. OVR other deposit is same as we have understood in M1 and NM1. In that, if you remember, we had other deposits with RBI. The government institutions, they are parking their money with the RBI. Right? So if let's suppose central government, state government has an account with RBI, it will be part of other deposits with RBI. Yes, Tanishka. So whatever money is printed by RBI will be part of reserve money. Now that money will be circulated in the people, in the public, or it is there with the RBI through government sources or through banking sources. If it is there from banking sources, it will be called as bankers deposit with RBI. Right? And if it is there through government sources, then it will be called as other deposits with RBI. Comfortable with this part? Now, yes, Shri, correct. Shri is asking, sir, new monetary aggregates, monetary liquidity. They tell us how much money is there in the circulation. That's absolutely right. Here, reserve money is how much money we have printed. See, money printed and money in circulation. These are two different things. Right? You remember in my initial example which I took, money printed was 1 crore, but money circulation was 3 crores. So for money supply, we have NM1, NM2, NM3, L1, L2, L3 today. But how much is the monetary base? For that we have reserve money. Not confusing, no? Simple. Going little slow so that you understand everything step by step. Okay. Now, if I want to expand these three things further, then what it will look like? So the same formula can be written like this also. Okay, so please write down or, and below that write down RBI credit to the government plus RBI credit to commercial sector. RBI credit to government, RBI credit to commercial sector. Now, please observe these two things. See, when RBI is printing money, it doesn't mean that, RBI will print money and directly come and give it to Haripriya, take this Haripriya, this is for you. Right? It will not print money and come directly and meet Jay. Arey Jay, take this 10 crores. I have recently printed here fresh. Jay would say, okay, no problem. Come every day. Correct? So here, the money that is printed, how it is circulated? It is circulated through loans which RBI gives either to the government or to whom? Or to the commercial sector through commercial banks. Right? So RBI has, let's suppose, printed today 1000 crores. It will give to the government. What will government do? Build a new highway with that money. So new highway is built. Government will give that into employee wages or salaries, or it will give to purchase the raw materials, etc., etc. So that money is injected in the market through government, but printed by whom? Printed by RBI. So whenever there is scarcity of money in the market, this is how they circulate, or they will also give it to the commercial sector. Like RBI will come and say to Prithvi, Prithvi, you are a chartered accountant. Why don't you start your own business? I will give you funding. So a new startup program will be, started where, Shri will be getting money, Prithvi will be getting money, Pratiksha, all of you will be getting money. So it is basically going to commercial sector. But though both these things will ultimately result into currency in circulation. Do you agree to this? So these two things will fall part of this point number 1. I hope you are very clear in this part. Second, plus, please write down, friends, RBI's net foreign exchange assets. Net foreign exchange assets plus RBI's claims on banks. Claims on banks. Now observe these two things. Friends, we spoke about minimum reserve system, didn't we? That whenever RBI wants to print currency, they will take that currency only when they have gold reserves or foreign exchange reserves, correct? So when we are talking about gold or foreign exchange reserves, against that money will be printed. So RBI is having net foreign exchange assets with them, against which the money is printed. And RBI's claims on banks. RBI claims on banks means what? Whatever RBI is taking as deposits from banks. So that will be CRR and SLR. So these two things, friends, will lead to this second point. So we are just elaborating the same point. Actually, when we just look at the first part, bankers deposit, it sounds very simple. But bankers deposit is what? They have kept CRR and SLR with, let's suppose, RBI, number 1. CRR is kept with RBI, SLR will be kept with themselves. Number two, they can also give money to the RBI. Money to the RBI means what? They will give foreign exchange assets against which RBI will print the currency notes. Are you understanding? So if let's suppose Ashreya is planning to go to US, so she will take dollars from commercial banks, but when she arrives back, she will sell that dollars to the commercial bank, yes or no? So Ashreya has given, let's suppose $10,000 to commercial bank. Now that commercial bank will give to RBI $10,000 against which the currency will be printed. So it was given by commercial bank to RBI. So it is bankers deposit with RBI. We call it as foreign exchange assets. Very clear in this. And last part, students, governments, other deposit with RBI, we are going to elaborate that. There are also two parts in that. And with that, we complete our today's session. Okay, so be with me just last 1-2 minutes. Last one, friends, it will be plus currency liability to public. Friends, tell me one thing. Who gives money to the public? Who circulates money in the market? It is done via government. Of course, the printing mechanism is with RBI. But circulation part is done by whom? It is done by government. Do you agree to this? So whenever government has to circulate that, or banks have to circulate that, it is what? It is currency liability to the public. That means it belongs to public, but we have not given it yet. Where will that money be stored? If Jay is finance minister, if Jay's responsibility is to circulate 1 lakh crore rupee in the Indian economy in this quarter, so where will Jay store that 1 lakh crore rupees? In his car? No. Where will Jay store? In his house? Again, no. Where? With the RBI? No. Come on, guys. Yes or no? With the RBI. So that will be other deposits with the RBI, which government has kept. Hey, but tell me one thing. Whenever there is liability on government, RBI gives loan, correct? Now RBI gives loan to the government. Government has to pay back the interest. So Jay had taken some loan from RBI. That means finance minister had taken some loan. So what will RBI do now? Give the complete money, 1 lakh crore rupee to Jay, or will deduct the interest and rest amount will only be given? You would make the choice. Come on, you are a chartered accountant. You know this already. After deduction, we will give the net amount. When you have your borrower's money with you, don't give them the entire money back. Deduct the interest rate and balance has to be given. So that will be deducted by RBI, which is nothing but minus. Please write down the last point, minus RBI's non-monetary liabilities. Yes, Vidhi, correct. Non-monetary liabilities. So 1 lakh crore rupee was Jay's currency liability to the public, minus, let's suppose, 10,000 crore rupees is RBI's non-monetary liability, will be deducted, and balance amount will be given and kept with the RBI in the form of other deposits with RBI. So if you observe, students, here we have just divided these 3 points, expanded into 6 to understand or have a detailed understanding of this. And why I'm sharing this with you, I will tell you that also, just in case if there is a 2-mark question on this, numerical, just because you don't know one formula, you shouldn't be leaving that. That's why I've taught. So that completes our 2 parts from unit number 2. I hope you are very clear in this, friends. First part that we understood was meaning of money supply. Second one we understood was rationale of money supply. Third one was sources of money supply. And right now we understood measurement of money supply in that NM1, sorry, M1, M2, M3, M4, NM1, NM2, NM3, L1, L2, and L3 we have completed. And lastly, students, we also did reserve money, that is M0 or high powered money. Now, if you have any doubts, you can wait, you can ask me, but no doubt. So I sincerely hope that you have understood today. I was worth of your time. In the last 3 hours, whatever we have understood, it was completely clear in your mind. And with the same enthusiasm, with the same passion, we will again meet in the next lecture. If you are having any doubts, you can wait, or else that's it from my side. This is Chirag sir signing off. I'll see you again in the next lecture. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Jai Hind, Jai Economics. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good day. Now, if you have doubts, just let me know. I will solve it. Okay. RBI's claims on bank. Just 1 second. I will stop the recording and I will solve all your queries. Huh?